Hey guys, I'm Mano, and this is going to be a really short video that many of you have been requesting, and it has to deal with where to shoot each of the different tanks in the game when you're, in a tank yourself, where to shoot the tanks in order to guarantee damage. For this, I will be using this awesome website called the Hella Loose Tankopedia, to which I will obviously link down in the video description. I will also link to the community's, the Hella Loose Tanking Community's Discord. This is a website being developed by them and by Isilia and Starlord from that community, more specifically. It's a great website. There's going to be more information coming in, more graphics, more stuff. So definitely check it out and, keep it bookmarked for future reference. So what you need to understand is that with Update 10, you can think about a tank's armor and gun as being either heavy, medium, or light. There isn't much more complication apart from that, and you will see what I mean in a second here. So let's take a look at this section, tanks engagements, and here you can see this color-coded penetration drawing. Anyway, so here you can see, for example, the Tiger. The Tiger has three different sides to it, colored in orange, yellow, and blue, or dark blue, or whatever. So this means these sides are heavy, these sides are medium, and these sides are light. And as such, they can only be penetrated by heavy, medium, or light guns, respectively. So for example, the Jumbo 76 has a heavy gun, which means it can penetrate heavy armor. So it can deal damage to the Tiger from the front, no problem, obviously from the sides and from the back as well. If you're in a medium tank, like the Jumbo 75 or the M4A1 Sherman, you can only deal medium damage. That means you can only penetrate this side of the Tiger right here, or the back right there. You cannot penetrate the turret anywhere. In the case of the Panther, for example, we have heavy armor on the front, medium to the sides, and light to the back. And what's important here is that unlike the Tiger, it can be penetrated from the front by a medium shooting right here at this little triangle corner here on the turret where the gun mantlet doesn't reach. So the turret can be penetrated from all sides by medium guns. And as for the Lux and the Puma can be basically one shot from anywhere. The Lux can be penetrated by medium tanks from the front as well as the sides, but it can't be penetrated by light tanks like the Stuart or the M8 Greyhound from the front or the sides in the turret. As you can see, the turret can only be penetrated by a medium shot. And now taking a look at the American armor, you can see the Tiger can penetrate the 76 from the front, no problem, as it can damage these orange areas around here, around the turret, on the sides, no problem. So it's really simple, guys. A tank will either have heavy armor, medium armor, or light armor on each of its three sides of the hull and of the three sides of the turret. And you basically have to think about which gun you have and what tank the enemy is using. So if they're using a Panther, I know that front side is going to be heavily armored. If they're using a 75 Jumbo, that's going to have the same armor as the 76, the same armor profile, and will be penetrated by the same weapons on the exact same sides as the 76. When it comes to the medium Sherman, the Panther can penetrate this medium Sherman from the front on the front hull, but it cannot penetrate the front turret area. And these extra little slabs of armor protection will also not deal a non-penetration shot from the Panther. The Panther can penetrate the turret apart from these sides anywhere else. And there is a caveat here, which is the Lux. I said, there's heavy, medium, light. There is also a fourth one, which is thin. That's the name they've decided for the Lux gun. The Lux can only penetrate either the the Greyhound on basically anywhere, or the Stuart on the back, and it cannot damage any other tanks anywhere else. As far as the Russians go, obviously the IS is going to have heavy armor on the front, medium on the sides, and light behind, which is basically the entire, it's copy-paste pretty much across all tanks. So just like the Tiger or the Jumbo Shermans, the turret can only be penetrated by heavy tanks, or heavy guns more precisely. Then we have the T-34, again, very similar profile to something like the base Sherman, where the turret has a mantlet that you cannot penetrate, but apart from that, everything else can be penetrated by a medium gun. And then we have the light scout vehicle that can be penetrated pretty much from anywhere by basically anything. The only other piece of information you guys need to know about is how many shots you need to kill a vehicle. From the heavies, you need 2 shots from a heavy to kill them, basically anywhere. A heavy will one-shot a medium if they manage to penetrate, unless they shoot the turret. In that case, it will take 2 shots. A medium versus a medium, it's 2 shots in the hull or 3 in the turret. And a recon can 3-shot a heavy or medium from the back if they manage to shoot, the back area, which is the only part that they can penetrate. So that's basically it, guys. It's really quite simple. There's not a lot of complexity in terms of how they've designed the armor in this update. Hopefully, we get some more complexity in the future, because right now, unless you are extremely angled, you really cannot bounce a shot that would otherwise penetrate. For example, in your upper hull plate, if you angle that extremely, it will still be penetrated by a medium in the case of the T-34. That's something that I hope they changed in the future, because that will make tank engagements a bit more interesting than they are right now. Right now, it's very much a game of basically rock, paper, scissors, or actually that's not the correct analogy maybe. But it's basically heavy, medium, light, and that's it. Armor and gun will be either heavy, medium, light, depending on the side, and that is all the complexity we actually have right now. Alright guys, there you go, short little video on where to penetrate each of the tanks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below, and definitely check out the links in the video description. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one.